Hello. How's everybody doing on today? I decided to record this morning first instead of going live. I absolutely hate going live because I don't feel like my words come out just right. And that's going to be a moral to the story that I'm about to tell you today very briefly. I got on here today to tell you that you have what it takes to do what it is that God has called you to do. I want to give you a brief testimony of how, for the last 8 years, I have been wanting to write a book about my life and how I was once an adulterous woman, but now I'm a woman of faith, a woman of God, a woman of virtue. And I wanted to tell my story of how God took me from being that woman to this woman. And I didn't feel adequate enough to write the story. I knew what I wanted to say, but I didn't feel like I had the tools to make it sound the way it should sound. So I stepped out and I reached out to a ghostwriter to help me write my first book, because I wanted to write the book, but I just didn't know how to formulate everything. So I've been working with a ghostwriter, and she's been very, very good at helping me say what it is that I'm trying to say, okay? Now, let me fast forward it. I'm making the payments with my ghostwriter to write my first book about my testimony. And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks ago, I was sitting at my desk, and the Spirit of the Lord just fell on my mind and on my hands. And all of a sudden, I had this unction to write. I grabbed my Bible. I started researching, I started jotting, I started typing. My husband like, what you doing? I said, the Lord told me to write. And check this out, what he wanted me to write about. Sex. Yes. Yes. My first book. Yes. And what a good thing it is. And how he created it. Now, everything that the Lord created is good and very good. Now, if you misuse it, that's not his fault. But his original intent was good. So I began to write. And then one day, I put the timer on my phone, and I wrote for approximately, it was supposed to be for an hour, but I wound up writing for 3 hours, and I stopped. The next week, on a Monday, the Spirit fell on my mind and my hands again, and I began to write the rest of the book. And in 2 hours, I was done. I reached out into a close friend of mine, prophetess, apostle, Corrine Jeffrey. She publishes books. And I worked with her at my previous job, and she's published several books. I reached out to her. I sent her the script. She read it. Within an hour or two, she was done editing the book. I sent her the book cover, which the guy that made the book cover was done with that in a moment of hours. So literally within 3 days, what I had been paying somebody for years to do was complete. And all of that, God showed me that you have what it takes to do what I have called you to do. You didn't need no assistance in doing it. You did it. I placed it in you from the beginning, from the foundation. I placed it in you. So today I encourage you to use what you got, to do what you got to do what you got to do, to be who you got to be, to do all of that to get the job done. You have what it takes. You're more than enough. God has equipped you for whatever the task at hand is. He's equipped you. Not my ghostwriter, but he equipped me. I thank God for her. But he showed me in 3 days. I've been paying somebody for almost a year to do something that I completed in 3 days. So that's all I have to say on today. I just want to encourage you guys to do what it is that God has called you to do, and let you know that you're more than enough. What you hear in the background is a song that God gave me and my husband, Because of Who You Are. It's on our new CD, The Worship Experience. You can download that on Amazon, and you can also purchase your book, Rock Your Spouse World, 7 days out of the month, A Wife Guide to Bring Excitement and Fire back to the marital bed. I just want to encourage you guys, if I could do this in 3 days, and I've been paying somebody to do the other one for going on a year, you can do what it is that God has called you to do. Don't be afraid. Don't doubt yourself. Just do it. He equipped me, and he will equip you. So again, thank you guys for listening. I hope it was an inspiration to you all, and just enjoy your day.